Arthur had to make a choice. Prison was familiar, he'd been there before, he knew how to survive there. Treatment was scary. It meant facing his demons, facing his addiction, facing all the pain and trauma he'd been running from his whole life. His mother visited him in jail. She begged him to take the deal. "This is your last chance," she said, "the last one. If you don't do this, you're going to die in prison. Please, baby, please try one more time." Arthur thought about Judge Glazer, about that moment in court, about seeing the disappointment in her eyes, about remembering who he used to be, about all the wasted years, all the wasted potential. He thought about his own kids. He had 3 children from 2 different relationships. He barely knew them. He'd been absent their whole lives, in and out of prison. They were ashamed of him. One of his daughters had told him she never wanted to see him again. Arthur was tired of the drugs, tired of the stealing, tired of the running, tired of disappointing everyone, tired of disappointing himself. At 49 years old, he was exhausted from living the way he'd been living. He took the deal, pleaded guilty, accepted the 10 months in county jail plus the treatment program. The judge in his case, not Judge Glazer but another judge handling the criminal trial, warned him, "This is your last chance, Mr. Booth. If you mess this up, you'll spend the next 15 years in state prison. Do you understand?" Arthur said, "Yes, Your Honor, I understand. I'm ready. I want to change." People were skeptical. Reporters who covered the story doubted he'd make it. His criminal history suggested he'd fail. Addiction is relentless. Most addicts relapse multiple times before getting clean, if they ever get clean at all. But something was different this time. Maybe it was the viral video, maybe it was seeing Judge Glazer, maybe it was hitting rock bottom so publicly, maybe it was just timing. Sometimes people aren't ready to change until they're ready, and maybe, finally, Arthur was ready. He spent his 10 months in county jail, used that time to start preparing, attended every drug counseling session available, read books about addiction and recovery, wrote letters to his family apologizing for everything, wrote a letter to Judge Glazer thanking her. Judge Glazer received Arthur's letter. She was touched. She wrote back, told him she believed in him, told him she remembered the good kid from middle school and that kid was still in there somewhere, told him it wasn't too late. When Arthur's 10 months were up, he was transferred directly to Hope Recovery Center. It's a facility in Fort Lauderdale. Strict rules: no phone calls for the first month, no visitors for 2 months, mandatory attendance at all therapy sessions, daily drug testing. Any violation means immediate dismissal and straight to prison. The first few weeks were hell. Detox, withdrawal. Arthur's body was screaming.